Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of mine. This time I'm back with Heaven's Secret 2 Season 3 Episode 6. It's been quite a while and I'm so sorry. I don't know what hit me, but I got so sick. I'm 100% sure that you can still hear it in my voice, but I actually feel a lot better. So I was like, I need to know what's going on. The Mother of Life announces her decision. Right, a war and hunger came at the end of last episode to announce what's gonna happen. And because I didn't have enough compassion points, I wasn't capable to stop the riot, so oh well. When you're lying on your deathbed, who would you like to see next to you? The people I love. Y'all, but to be quite honest, this story didn't have to tackle some of my traumas. This story didn't have to tackle all of my traumas. This is like one of my fears. Like, considering the fact that I'm a very caring person, I care a lot about people. And because of the trauma that I had in my past, it's very difficult for me to let people in. But as soon as I do, my love is powerful and unconditional. And my biggest fear is like to lose the people that I let in and to die alone. That's like my biggest fear, and they didn't have to tackle it. They didn't have to be like this. But to be quite honest, I think that's like a general fear for people. Like, we all aren't meant to be alone the entire time, like during the course of our lives. Like, everyone seeks some kind of relationship, whether it's like a romantic relationship or friendship relationship. No one wants to isolate themselves and be completely by themselves. Everyone seeks the presence of someone that can kind of like make them feel something. Especially like if you actually were traumatized in your past, you seek comfort in a person that kind of is capable to heal you without you actually realizing it. Because of the fact that you were traumatized, you're very reluctant to let someone in. And as soon as you do, it's like you kind of are giving them power over you, because when you truly care about someone, you're allowing them, in a certain sense, some power over you. And depending on how much you love them, they can hurt you the most, because they are the ones closest to you. That's why I say it's very difficult when you had a trauma in your past to let someone in, because there is this fear, considering that you haven't seen any different picture, that what happened to you in the past by someone that you truly loved could happen again with someone new. And it really takes a lot of effort from the new person that entered your life to kind of eliminate that fear that that toxic person from your past left on you. And it's very rare to actually find a person that is willing to stick through it and to actually try to convince you that there are people out there that are not like that. But it's not impossible. I met a lot of people, and sadly, mostly they were all just fake and toxic. But lately, I've been encountered with so many nice people, and a lot of people are like also people from my audience. They are so sweet and caring, and I'm always looking forward to their comments under my videos. Like, I'm 100% sure that the people that usually comment under my videos, especially when it comes to the Song of a Crimson Isle and Heaven's Secret, they know who I'm talking about. And yes, I'm talking to you. Like, they know who I'm talking about, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you, because this has actually been a huge motivator for me to continue. And literally, I can't thank you all enough, like, really. But coming back to this, that's like a huge pain for you to literally love so many people, and like you can't really control life. Like it will be possible that someone that you love will die before you, because you can't decide when it's your time to go. And sadly, since we're not immortal, sooner or later we're all gonna die. And some people die the natural way, and some people maybe will have an accident or something. Like, sadly, this life is sad, and things like that can happen. So you can't control it. And the deeper you let someone in, the easier it is for that person to destroy you in a certain sense. Because it's not like they themselves really are destroying you. It's more like the affection and the love you had for them destroys you if they should disappoint you or if they should leave you. It's like that love and affection you had for a person and the time and investment that you put into your relationship in order to make it grow. That's like the thing that destroys you. It's not like really the person destroys you, but more like the love, the powerful feelings that you develop for that person. Well, let's go back to this. Episode 6, all that's left for us. The mother of life is ready to give an answer. Everyone was nervous, and what began as meek silence erupted into desperate cries. Mom tried to calm the frightened crowd, but the panic was growing. Then Gerald shouted, just as he did whenever the students rebelled. I remember from Heaven's Secret, like, season 2 was unnecessary, to be quite honest. Like, all this unnecessary drama. The only interesting storyline would have been killing that serpent in episode 7, I think. Everyone calm down. We're still alive, aren't we? Still? Oh, Vincenzo, there you are. Red, you came alone. Does this mean that the mother of life is as sad as the space? Maybe we came to kill you. War, please. One of the children began to cry. No! War hadn't noticed the children among us, and seeming to suddenly notice our horror, he whispered, I was joking. War. Hunger flicked the ashes from his cigarette. She wants to see you lead us. And who are our leaders? Dino, right? Dino, maybe Lucifer? We will be waiting for you tomorrow in Snow Valley. What will her answer be? Hunger grinned but remained silent. You little bitch. The mother's ways are mysterious. Really? I wanted to scream, cry, get the truth. I want the truth. Like, what's screaming or crying gonna help me? Nothing. Instead, I stepped back, considering what to do. Before the immortals began to panic again, Arrogant, having regained his composure, said, We will be there. Hunger nodded and tossed his cigarette aside, and finally said, Good luck to you. War hesitated. Are you staying? Yes. Hunger grinned, turning his gaze to me. Y'all, I played, and this is what my ass gets. I knew I played too much, and I knew that I was gonna get burned. Oh, God. I couldn't tell if it was a look of jealousy or an unspoken question. Honestly, I'm just here for the jealousy. Give me the jealousy. Like, is MALBONTE here? Give me a jealous MALBONTE. Hunger pushed off the ground with superhuman strength and rushed across the sky in the direction of Snow Valley. I wrapped my arms around myself to keep from trembling and hold in the scream that wanted to escape my throat. Tomorrow. It would all end tomorrow. Or stepped towards me and quietly said, We need to talk. Oh no! I played, and this is what my ass gets. What would you possibly want to talk about in private? Mom sounded agitated. I don't think that's your business. That's okay, Mom. I can handle it. I thought that's what War would say, but no. Ooh, I remember this place. We went to the river and walked along the shore, almost getting our feet wet. War didn't dare to speak. He opened his mouth several times, but then clenched his jaw, frowning. What did you want to talk about? Your world is insignificant. Much less than the world of mortals. Nothing will change if the Mother of Life decides to destroy you. She will create another world. Everything will go on. Why are you saying this? It's what I've been telling myself every day since my sister died. Oh, war. Right, because he couldn't kill her and she couldn't kill him. Plague was drawn to the mother more than the rest of us, but even she fell victim to these emotions of yours. She became attached to that girl. Yeah, I did say. Like, she was able to be killed because she got attached to Kira. And if you get attached to it, if someone like Plague was unable to resist, maybe there's some meaning in our feelings, in our weakness? War turned around and looked at the opposite bank of the river. Yes, that may be true. He shook his head and looked at me, stopping. Don't tell anyone about what we discussed. Okay. I have to go. I wanted to stop him, to try to get through to him and bring him to our side, but he didn't give me the opportunity. He soared up into the sky and disappeared from view behind the treetops. Oh well. A deep sleep overcame me. We slept like the dead. It was the kind that drags you into nightmarish abyss and won't let go until your heart feels crushed, like it's about to stop from horror beyond comprehension. I was in Snow Valley, but not in my body. My hands, they belonged to the mother of life. It was a vivid dream. Give me the vivid dream. You're playing as the mother of life. Are we connected to the mother of life? I stepped onto the icy ground. The cold creeps up through my shoes, piercing my bones. I enjoy feeling how an imperfect body reacts to eternal stimuli again. I enjoy hearing the subtle creaks of joints beneath layers of muscles. Such a fragile, small form, perfect in its insignificance and its desperate desire to survive in a hostile world. I stop at the edge of the hill. I look at the mountains and the plains, watching the flying islands sway. This place, these creatures, the gods, the horsemen, they're an extension of me, but each in so wretched and plain on its own. Only together do they take on some semblance of meaning. The wind ripples, and I hear the rustling of clothes. Bitch, you're the one that killed your daughter. You say together they make like a meaning, but you killed one of your children, like she made part of the horsemen. After a few moments, Death kneels and bows his head. Mother, they have received your message. They will arrive tomorrow. So be it. Death lingers. He's waiting for me to dismiss him. I watch him for a few seconds, looking for signs of a new deviation. The law of survival is based on emotions. Fear, aggression, despair, and weakness must be quenched. If the organism doesn't need anything, it won't try to survive. Like a stone, it will lie motionless until it meets its end. I created them so that they would evolve. I had to add this imperfection. But if the weakness becomes too pronounced, as happened with these ridiculous little humans on Earth, imperfection becomes ugliness. Y'all, I did make this reference in the last episode. Did I or did I not? The imperfection is like these negative personality traits. I cannot with this woman. It spreads across my world like a disease. It makes more successful creations equally fickle. I'm still looking at Death. It seems that I managed to instill in him the ideal balance between desiring survival and wanting something on principle. But even the universe cannot answer this question. Why, when giving too great a desire to survive, is a creation invariably poisoned with self-destructive tendencies? Where do these connections come from? From you, bitch. I step back and nod to the horsemen to stand up. My first children betrayed me. But their betrayal only meant that they were excellent specimens. They fought so fiercely for life that they sealed off my path to keep me from destroying them. But humans, creating them was a mistake. Indulging them and protecting them is an even greater mistake. Bitch, you can't kill every single damn human being. What is wrong with this woman? She wants people to have the desire to live and to fight for survival, but she doesn't want them to feel anything else. That's not what life is all about. Life is about experiencing all different kinds of love, and sadly, pain is also part of it, as in negative personality traits. Anger, rage, sadness, despair. Like, these are all negative personality traits. Jealousy, envy, these are all negative personality traits. And positive personality traits, caring, thoughtful, respectful, happy. Like, these are all positive personality traits. And she literally doesn't want any living creature on earth or in heaven or in hell to feel anything but the desire to want to live. No. Now the world is poisoned. They have been dying for a very long time, just as plague type after becoming attached to that girl. Death. Yes, Mother. Don't disappoint me. I don't want to start all over again. It is more tedious to create than to destroy. Yes, Mother. I can't. Yes, ma'am. And yes, ma'am. Literally, she just wants emotionless soldiers. This is ridiculous. No wonder that si fancy Mel locked her away. They were like, let me feel what I want to feel, bitch. I let him go. I look at the mountains again. What a small and insignificant world. And yet it fights for life much more fiercely than others. You understand the mother's life's motives better. No, I do not. I think she's delirious. She wants something that is impossible. Like, there is perfection in imperfection. And for the people that don't understand, every single human being is different. We're not robots. We all have different opinions. And what I think is perfect may not be what you think is perfect. And my imperfections are what makes me special. They make me stand out. And considering that these imperfections make me not like everyone else, it's what makes me perfect, because I'm not like everyone else. So there is perfection in imperfection. I did a huge ass reference for that in the last episode, if you guys want to know the exact analysis that I did. But there is perfection in imperfection. And she literally just wants the perfection without the imperfection, and that's not possible. Because if you want a being, then you have to accept that they are not emotionless machines. They will have feelings. And considering the fact that human beings, or in general, even higher powers, like we saw it in Lucifer, celestial beings, they evolve. And evolving also means adapting to your environment, because that means evolving. You are learning, you're adapting to the new grounds, to the new environment. And that means that you will also feel drawn in a certain sense, like not automatically, but you will feel drawn to experience the same emotions that mortals, if we take it from the celestial side. Like the horsemen are the celestial beings here, and we're just in a certain sense like the mortals, because we are way inferior to them and their power. But if we see this from personality-wise, these horsemen have been restricted to one single emotion. That's like their power. And that's the only emotion that they're allowed to feel, because that's the emotion they draw power from. Hunger, for example, he is literally only connected to, in a certain sense, misery, because he creates misery. Mortals die, and immortals lose consciousness when he's around. This man literally extracts the life essence of the humans, and since they are so vulnerable, so weak, they die immediately, and mortals lose their consciousness, because it's like they still have like this sort of life force inside of them because of the fact that they are immortal, and that's why they recover as soon as hunger is away. But that's like hunger's power, like just to make like this example. And that's the only emotion that the mother of life wants them to stick to. And that's not possible. Because if you want someone to evolve, that means that they will also adapt. And adapting also means adapting to the feelings that are being shown to you. That means love, desire, hatred. For example, like hunger is a person, he's like, I don't care. But we could see when we like threw the delusion back at him in the training session, that this man actually holds dear what the mother is like, and his only desire is to die. He wants to die. Why does he want to die? Because an eternal existence with only one emotion sucks. Besides, this man is insanely lonely. Because every single human being, even his siblings, they are weakened by this man's closeness. As soon as he gets close, his powers emanate from within, and he literally sucks the life force out of every single human being and his siblings as well. The only person that is immune to him is us, and that's why this man wanted us close. He has always been by himself. His siblings literally always told him to get lost, because the power that he has sucks the life force out of everyone. And that must have made him feel insanely alone. And that for millennia. This man just wants to die. He wants that to end. And loneliness is something, in a certain sense, that the Mother of Life doesn't want him to feel. His only desire should have to be wanting to, in a certain sense, to create mischief. In a certain sense, to keep people in line. That's the only thing that this man's assignment was, and he was like, no, thank you. So in a certain sense, because of the fact that this man felt loneliness, the Mother of Life kind of is disappointed in him. So she was like, okay, I will allow you to die. And this man is happy about it. This man just wants to die. And that's so sad. I felt exhausted in the morning, but thoughts of the upcoming meeting with the Creator energized me. Not me, though. It was so cold in Snow Valley that visitors had to constantly regulate their body temperature. This was tiring, so its inhabitants dressed warmer. I didn't have appropriate clothes, and they had to be delivered from other islands. Some items had been chosen for me were already hanging by the door. I opened the bags and pulled out several options. Okay. Ooh. Winter Warrior. I don't know. Winter Queen, Winter Warrior, or Winter Queen? To be quite honest with y'all, I'm a Winter Queen. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know. Yes. Pretty. Aragon looked sadly at the sky, and for the first time I thought about how much pain he was hiding after losing his raven. They were together for so long that Anicia's death probably felt like losing a part of himself. Will it be just us? The rule of heaven and the rule of hell. Lucifer. He looks so good, though. And you, with your excellent ability to protect us from Hunk's powers. We're literally just being used, y'all. But I mean, I can understand, like... yeah. The mother won't touch us, right? What a great team. Sorry, I have to. Like, this is like the first reaction I had. Can't argue with that. If you're ready, then we can fly. I thought Dino would come, to be quite honest. This man looked like he was managing everything. Look at this place. Snow Valley. Thick clouds parted to reveal snow-capped mountains. The frosty breath of eternal winter blew. Frost covered our wings, seeming to weight them down. We landed in a snowdrift. Our clothes got wet, creating an unpleasant sensation where they touched our skin. I shook off my wings, and several icy feathers drifted onto the snow like leaves falling from a tree. You're late. Hunger was dressed as before. And as before, there was a look of endless boredom on his face, only it seemed fake to me. The closer you get to Snow Valley, the harder it is to fly due to the headwind. I hope they serve us hot tea to Kirsty. I love it. I'm glad your sense of humor is still intact. You're welcome. Hunger turned around and throwing his cigarette butt aside said, Follow me. I somehow kept up with him, wading through the snowdrifts. Hunger brought us to an icy castle carved into the cliff. The steep path leading to it filled me with dread. It'd be easy to slip and break your neck here. They just fly. I mean, yeah, they said that it's difficult to fly, but like, I'm not gonna break my neck. Like, no, thank you. My heart was pounding against my rib cage like a hammer, and my stomach was twisting into a knot from excitement. If we were attacked, it would be a struggle to gather my thoughts and use my powers. That thought filled me with panic. What could I take from nature when everything was already dead? I was already struggling to subdue hunger's power, but I attributed that to the long journey. What if the problem was in the location itself? Hunger seemed to understand my line of thinking from the look on my face, and he grinned. I know, I should have thought of that sooner. The horseman opened the doors. Go in. She says I'm a queen. Like everything in the castle, the throne turned out to be made of ice. Why did the Mother of Life choose Snowy Valley? Did she seek solitude, or was she drawn to places where living was never-ending trial? When she spoke, I stopped awestruck by the power lurking in her voice. Greetings. Hunger joined the other horsemen. Death looked even more menacing next to the mother. War didn't even look at us when we entered. He looked ahead, frowning at the thought that tormented him. We bowed before the Mother of Life out of fear. With reverence, you know what? As a courtesy, as one would be before any ruler. She looked at us for a couple of seconds, then issued a command. Stand up. There is no god of light in your world. The god of darkness is in a prison that will soon consume him. With their death, you are doomed to destruction. It is difficult for us without Sifa. Nothing will heal the wound left by his death, but please don't take it as arrogance when I say. He hesitated, his jaw tensing, but finished the sentence. When I say that we're coping without him. I created these first sons as manifestation of my essence. You need both gods. This world is founded upon the energy they give off. Without it, everything will begin to collapse. It's only a matter of time. You great gods, send us a new patron. This kind of reminded me of the story that my mother used to tell me, like when Eva ate the forbidden fruit and a god came down to the garden and confronted Adam with eating it. He was like, the woman you gave me made me eat it, as in it's your fault. This kind of gives up the exact same vibes. Would you command the universe? The question was asked calmly, without irritation or surprise. The Mother of Life spoke like a robot without feelings or entity, so advanced that it had progressed beyond them. No, Mother. Your fear of death is beautiful. You have proven that not everything about you is corrupt. But there is nothing wrong with destruction. It only signifies a new beginning. Your world must be created in a new way. This will bring it closer to perfection. I'm so sorry. That was literally my thought, y'all. Nothing is perfect. Like I said, there is perfection in imperfection. Oh my god. Nothing is perfect. Lucifer said it quietly, but the mother heard him. Plague is proof of that. I can't. Literally, the Mother of Life showed that she does not care about any of her children. The second she sees a flaw or imperfection, of course, in her point of view, she kills them. Precisely. Plague was imperfect, and now she's dead. I remembered the dream in which I was the Mother of Life. I could remember her thoughts and feelings, and I understood her logic. It's all because of the humans, right? They feel too much. They made the immortals more human. And then we did the same to the horsemen. The mother quickly turned her gaze to me. You reached me. Huh? Dharma connects us. I knew it! Like, why are we even doing this? Like, I know. Like, we're connected to her. You were able to reach my consciousness. Commendable. Pure strength, but that doesn't change anything. Her eyes really did have a soothing, maternal quality, but her voice made me more scared than ever. I suddenly felt like I wanted glyph. Yeah, give me some alcohol so I can deal with the situation. I wanted to sleep for a long, long time, to run away. I wanted to become mortal again. I wanted to look at the perfect world. I'm sorry, I wanted the glyph literally sends me to oblivion. I need to take this, but I feel like that would be too much. I wanted glyph. I'm sorry, I have to take it. Like, this is what I would be doing. I need some glyph, like I need some alcohol to digest everything that's being said here. I wanted to drink until I was hiccuping, forgetting myself and the whole world to go to hell. Damn! All living things come to an end. My children show such arrogance, thinking that they can control eternity. Only I, the universe, can know eternal renewal. You, as extensions of me, are all destined to meet your end sooner or later, decomposing in the ground, becoming food for the worms, or dispersing into the wind. Your capital fell, and you didn't stop it. Yep, you ran away because you realized there was no longer any point, because you're doomed. Minus strength, yep. Mother, please allow us. No. The wall shook and a crack spread across the floor. I instinctively covered my mouth with my hand, afraid to make even the slightest sound. Hunger. He's grinning, of course. Oh, war. Like, I will always have this kind of soft spot for war, because I have the feeling that this man literally has been done dirty. I feel like he would make a perfect angel, if you guys get my view here. Because he literally gives off the vibes of someone that was born with so much power that he didn't want, that he can't control, and he just wants to have like a normal life. Like, he kind of gives off that dino version of Heaven's Secret 2. Like, when you have the dino version and you see him fighting with his father, you can kind of see the struggles that Dino has with trying to find his own way and trying to please his father, like this inner struggle. And this is literally the struggle that war is giving off. Save is dead. Malbonte will soon die, and together with them, you will sink into oblivion. You have a week to say goodbye to your loved ones, and accept the end. And again her voice rippled through my body, ringing in my head as if it were my own. Everyone heard these words. A terrible, hopeless prophecy. This was the end. We fought for so long, we clung so fiercely to the chance to fix things, but nothing could be changed. I staggered and clutched my head, no longer able to pretend I was strong. I was scared. Path of composure. But screaming, getting angry, or begging for mercy was pointless. The mother of life had already made her decision. I brushed away my tears and looked at her without any emotion, without awe or gratitude, or the slightest respect, period. She does not deserve respect. She met my gaze calmly and smiled condescendingly. Of course she would be Ooh, you guys. You know how much I hate people that are condescending. Like, looking down at me as if you are superior than me. I hate that so much. I mean, she has more power than us, but no power in the world can make up for the lack of emotion in her heart. That's a burn. You're angry with me, but you weren't supposed to exist. Humans shouldn't have existed. No, your stupid mentality shouldn't have existed. What's wrong with feeling? You want people to be emotionless machine. That's not how life is supposed to be. Through death and their ascension as immortals, they were able to become slightly more perfect creatures. But that is all. You should be grateful that a being like you was allowed to become into this world at all. What about animals? Insects? Are they also worthy of life? They are reasoning. There's a place in the sun only for the most deserving. Those who are aware of themselves or their lives. The mother of life raised her hand and moved her fingers. A gust of wind hit me, almost knocking me off my feet. It's time for you to go. Lucifer's foot thundered against the floor, leaving many small cracks. He tried to stand his ground and shouted into the powerful wind. Me too. We can't end like this. We didn't do anything. Aragon leaned forward, maintaining his balance. His cloak billowed wildly in the wind, flapping against his limbs. There is so much in our world. It's beautiful and terrible. How can you destroy something that has been so long evolving, rigorously undergoing changes, facing both mistakes and success? Long, oh no, you'll live for but a moment. Make peace with it. The mother of life waved her hand and we were thrown out. Manipulative little bitch. We landed in a snowdrift. I panicked for a moment as I plunged headlong into the snow, but Lucifer pulled me out by my hood. We were wet and lost. I want her to die with I know this would happen. I can't go on like this. I want her to die with us. Like, if we have to die, she has to die with us. Believe me, you're not alone, Lucifer. Me too. Like, she has to die with us. Like, if she's being a little bitch like that, all petty. Enough death. I don't want to hear about it anymore. Arrogant, absent-mindedly straightened his clothes. I knew he wasn't afraid of death, but the knowledge that everything else would die along with him was terrifying. Let's go. They heard it too. Our relatives, friends, loved ones, everyone already knew about the mothers of life's decision. What was it like for them to hear her voice like that, without warning? While asleep or playing with the children or praying to God. Maybe some of them had been fighting and were now embracing each other in search of support. That was all we had left. We arrived at night. Without a word, I ran to my room, slammed the door, and threw myself onto the bed. I sobbed and hit the pillow, then curled up in the fetal position and remained there exhausted. I didn't hear the door open, but I felt the energy. I lifted my head and looked with tear-stained eyes at MALBONTE. He took a step closer, but stopped. MALBONTE. I feel bad for her. Then he rushed toward me and pulled me into his arms. Aww. And this man says he can give us the emotions that we're looking for. Like, he knows when we need a hug or something. Like, if you can actually show warmth, then you wouldn't be capable to do that either. So this man kind of, like, is taking a bit of our compassion in a certain sense. Don't cry. You promised not everyone would die. You said, don't be afraid. I'll find a way. It's too late. It's too late. He pulled away, pressed his lips to mine, and whispered, do you believe me? You're shady AF, sir. But I don't think he's a liar. That's the problem here. I can't trust him. I believe in him. But I can't really 100% trust him because he can't be honest with us. Yes, that is honest. I believe in him, but I can't really trust him. We won't die. Yeah, because you're gonna sacrifice yourself. Y'all, like, I still cling on to that theory. Like, Akiro told me, one of my subscribers, told me in the comments she's gonna give me her opinion after I played this episode. I'm intrigued for her opinion. I keep on clinging on to the theory. This man is gonna sacrifice himself or something. He spoke with confidence as always, and I believed him. I knew he'd keep his word. His unusual gentle voice, his hugs, and his promise calmed me down. I sobbed one last time, snuggling closer. The door opened again. Mom stepped into the room, seeming hesitant and embarrassed. She closed the door and froze, looking at MALBONTE and me. If you say something to my man, I'm gonna scream. Girl, like, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just... She hesitated as if what she was about to say was difficult for her. Excuse you? Huh? Is she excluding or is she including MALBONTE in family time? I mean, we are distant relatives in a certain sense, so... How about some family time? Would you join Winchester and me for dinner? Family? What? That would be our pleasure? Is she including MALBONTE in this? She reached out to me with trembling hands. I went to her but ignored the gesture and hugged her instead. Mom gently patted me on the back and soothingly whispered, It's all right. We left longer than we were meant to. She led us to the common room where Winchester was waiting. She's including MALBONTE. Now that's something. Okay, Mama. Winchester stood up as we entered. Like, y'all, the mom keeps on surprising me these last few episodes. I don't know how to feel about her anymore. I think I'm getting a positive feeling about her now. Doesn't excuse what she did. I'm getting a positive feeling about her. Oh. And I once again found myself in an embrace. I basked in the warmth of paternal love, which had been sorely lacking in my life. What would happen to paradise? Would it also disappear like the rest of us? It probably would, and my father along with it. Girl. Just shut it. You invited him, so stop making him feel out of place. I mean, this is the sassiness I've been giving him. He deserves it after not being capable to be truthful, but he is trying his best, and we all know that MALBONTE is like this, so why are we surprised? It will take time for him to heal from the past wounds inflicted by Sifa Malum and Sifa. So I can't really be mad at him if he can't really open up that fast to us, even though he is in love with us. It will take time, and apparently the time we don't have anymore. MALBONTE, you're mistaken if you think the past is forgotten. Winchester released me from his embrace. Rebecca, we're in here to hash things that Winchester knows. MALBONTE smiled royally, looking at his feet. Sit closer to the fire. I was shaking, but not from the cold, and Winchester knew it. We were all pretending that if we warmed ourselves up, Death's icy breath would leave us be. Mom sat down next to Winchester. They joined hands, leaning so that their shoulders pressed together. I froze for a moment, stunned by the affectionate, intimate gesture. I was happy for them, and that feeling warmed me more than the fireplace. MALBONTE looped his arm through mine and carefully led me to the sofa. He nodded to me, laughter in his eyes. He wasn't afraid of my mom. Of course he wasn't. He's like, she does something wrong, I kill her again. Okay, I'm gonna stop. He would endure whatever she had to say, and he wouldn't back down. If you didn't call me here so you could have my head, what's the occasion? Ooh! Let's go! Acceptance. Acceptance is the first possible step for her. My daughter loves you, and you seem to love her. We haven't had a chance to discuss this before. Why discuss it all? It's none of your business, Rebecca. I mean, but we are her daughter. Mom grimaced, and Winchester answered for her. That. In a certain sense, I can understand. Like, after the bullshit Rebecca pulled the entire time, I understand that MALBONTE is like, it's none of your fucking business, but technically we are still her daughter. And it seems that our character is willing to accept every single thing that this mother did. She's starting to change a little bit, being closer with Winchester again. Like, she's showing more human traits. So she's kind of showing more humanity than in the first book. So it's like I can cut her some slack here. But like I said, it doesn't excuse what she did in the past, and it doesn't excuse what she did always when it came to MALBONTE. But it seems that she's like willing to let it be because she knows that we're in love with him. So let's see what this conversation is gonna be like. Simona's a daughter. MALBONTE looked at me and sighed. Yeah, and said, she's dear to me. I'll only let her go if she wants me to. Ooh! She fixed him with a burning stare until finally her attention swifted to me. Simona, I left the world when you were very young, but I'm glad we were given a chance to meet again and spend some time together. And even though not everything went smoothly, I'm still glad. You're my daughter. This is a gift. I nodded, embarrassed by my mom's frankness. She looked at MALBONTE. I kind of feel embarrassed for MALBONTE. You have no idea how much I've dreamed of seeing your dead body on the battlefield. You all know how much I appreciate honesty. You all know how much I appreciate honesty. So I can't help but live with the fact that she is so blunt. You all know how much I appreciate honesty. Like, Mom, I mean, let her talk. Don't worry, I can imagine. I just want to know. If you feel something for my daughter, how can you allow her to be killed? It was you who helped the horsemen. You did everything you could to free the mother. Ooh. I will save her. She won't die. And neither will you. Us. You did her. I won't let you die. So sure of yourself. Vincenzo stood up, squeezed Malbonte's shoulder, and asked, looking first at him, then at me, Simona, I consider you my daughter. Oh. Yes, sir. Yes. You are considered my father. He was already considered my father in Heaven's Secret Season 2. This man has always been such a sweetheart. He has always been so caring and thoughtful and respectful. He gave nothing but love. And he always wanted what's best for us. This man, yes. 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 There was such a pleading look in his eyes that I almost burst into tears. Yes, yes. Of course. Rebecca would smile like that. He is a great example of a father. I'm sorry for a father, like, rest in peace, father. This is the best father figure in the story. I'm sorry. Then let me give you my blessing. Oh, Vincenzo! Nah, shut up, Rebecca. Let him do his father thing. What are you doing? This is too much. Let him be. Don't you see, Rebecca? He loves her. Dad, shut up! The mother of life created everything, and she decides our fate. We've all been backed into a corner. We are pawns in the hands of the powerful. If it's not for us to decide who lives and who dies, let us at least decide who we love. Vincenzo, thank you. Malbonte didn't answer. He just looked at me thoughtfully. Having received Vincenzo's blessing, I suddenly realized that the knot deep in my chest had vanished. I kissed Malbonte on the cheek and whispered, I trust you with my life. Okay. If she trusts him, do I trust him with my life? Okay. Let me say it differently. I trust this man with my life. I don't trust him with his life. Let me say it like this. Because this man has shown multiple times that this man does not care about himself. He's willing to kill himself if necessary in order to keep us safe. So he's willing to preserve and save our physical state, but not our psychological state. Like, if he dies, we're in love with him, we're gonna suffer because of that, but he's literally like, you're gonna fall in love more than once, blah, blah, blah. So this man literally is willing to kill himself. I'm sorry, he's willing to kill himself, and we are gonna be the ones to pick up the pieces of our broken heart. He's gonna break us, I feel. He hugged me and whispered back, thank you. Malbonte. Che cosa hai in mente? What is your plan, sir? What is your plan? Mom turned to the fireplace, trying not to look at us, but Vincenzo smiled at her embarrassed expression. To ease the tension, he began to talk about his past. He joked, gestured, and imitated voices. Mom and I laughed as we listened with enthusiasm and forgot about what was coming. Mom relaxed and could finally bring herself to look at Malbonte, though not without condemnation. For the most part, I was silent and mentally thanked Sifa that I'd spent the last days of my existence surrounded by loved ones. It wasn't so bad after all, right? You discovered a new depth to... No, that was just cruel. But I hope that you guys can stop the video and, like, read it. I can't read it. Several days passed. Several days full of thinking, agony, waiting. Agony, madness, waiting. The fear dulled, leaving only irritation. The uncertainty was depressing. Malbonte often flew off with Gerald and Misselina to help them decipher the tomes. But he spent all his free time with me. I went out for a walk to pass the time before his arrival. Suddenly voices came from the sky. Misselina, Gerald, and Malbonte were returning from the Memory Islands. They landed in the courtyard, looking excited. I wouldn't read what was written on their faces. Was it fear or hope? Arrogant and Mom ran out to meet them. What did you find out? Misselina was clutching several torn pages. Malbonte managed to translate something from the language of darkness. Do you know how to defeat the Mother of Life? Yes, but there must be another way. Tell us. There is a bridge through which the Mother of Life is most likely feeding on the power of the world. If it's sealed, the Mother's body will perish. Her body? It's just a shell. The physical embodiment of the universe, and the 7 half-breeds who open the seals are the 7 channels through which power flows to her. If these channels are taken away, the mother's body will dry up. So we have to die. Okay. How do we do this? MALBONTE locked eyes with me. We need to die. His gaze offered silent reassurance and an apology, but I didn't understand why. We need to die. All 7 half-breeds that helped open the seals are like anchors for the Mother of Life. She is capable to step foot on Earth in a physical appearance because all 7 half-breeds that helped open the seal and free her are like her anchors. We are the anchors that make her remain on this Earth. In order for her physical body to disappear, all 7 half-breeds that open the seal and keep her physical appearance need to be destroyed. That means we need to be killed. It's not like we can just cut off the arm where the symbol is, because this is like a magical symbol. We literally needed to focus our powers. So it's like our souls are connected to the Mother of Life. And that's how she's capable to channel power from us. So it's like she's only capable to be here in a physical state because we are giving her, in a certain sense, the power to manifest in the real world. So, for her to not be capable to manifest in a physical form, we need to die. That's the only way. Miss Selena answered with tears in her eyes. We need to kill all the half-breeds to open the seals. Yeah. Mom staggered. I laughed, feeling tears running down my cheeks again. If the half-breeds had to die, that meant that MALBONTE, Mom, and I were doomed. Yep. This story literally speaks my language. Like, I knew. But, nice episode. This is like a nice banger. This literally leaves so much open for the next update. I think this was the last episode of the update, but we will see. We shall see about that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video with me. Tell me in the comments below what you think was best, and I will see you in another video. Bye.